Back in the 1980s, the success of the series Mobile Suit Gundam resulted in an economic boom to Japan due to the sales of the Gunpla model kits, or Gunpla, dubbed the Gunpla Boom. Years later, the success of the second Gunpla Boom, special tournaments called Gunpla Battles are established throughout the world to see which customized Gunpla and its builder are the best. These incredible popular Gunpla battles cultivate in an annual global tournament. The story revolves around Sayori, a young Gunpla builder and a student who has a dream of becoming the best Gunpla fighter in the tournament, and to someday become as good as his father. As the only child, his family owns a small Gunpla shop, and his talent is well honed. However, his weak piloting abilities have led him to a series of first-round losses. But one day, he meets a strange boy named Reiji, who helps him out. Reiji gives him a jewel, promising that he will come to Sei's aid if he wished enough. Together, both of them will tackle the world of Gunpla battle and compete in the tournament using Sei's custom Gunpla, the GAT X-10 5B Build Strike Gundam.
This show's fucking insane.
It's fucking awesome.
I love. Okay, so like normally we get through the thing being like giving our thoughts, and I still do want to give like a plot synopsis, obviously. But I mean, we'll just get this out of the way. This show fucking rules.
The show fucks.
This show is awesome. I love this show so much. Yes, we're talking about Gundam Build Fighters. Season 1, technically. Why Season 1? Because Season 1 is its own story. Season 2 is Build Fighters Try, which takes place after Season 1, but has basically completely new different characters. So, just talking about Season 1 of Sei
and the OVA.
And the OVA, which is the
GM's counterattack.
Thank you. Yes, GM. But yes, so Build Fighters Season 1. This show is insane. This show is literally just fan service. I love this show so much. It's so stupid.
But it's not fan service like, ooh, look at the titties, look at the ass. It's like, look at this Gunpla that's been repainted, and it's a Turn A Gundam, but it's black and it's got red fingertips and it's got a Dom shoulder pad on it, and it's also a high grade. And check it out, I even put a clear coat on it, so now it's immune to beam effects.
And also, look in the background of this scene. It's this character just sitting there in the stands eating like a thing of popcorn. But so Gundam Build Fighters. Very funny. So, little bit of behind the curtain. We are recording this literally right after the G-Quacks episode, where we were talking about like, man, a lot of stuff happened in 12 episodes for G-Quacks, and I wish it was a little bit longer. This is 25 episodes for season 1, which again, this is the only like season we're covering for this video. We will do one on Try, but that will be later. But for now, man, a lot happens. There's a lot of characters that go on. But
yeah,
go ahead.
I was gonna say, if you're familiar with sports anime, it's very formulaic to the sports shonen formula, in that we have Sayori and his buddy here. They're gonna go fight this guy. This guy, he pilots this thing. And this guy, he's got this reasons for using this thing, and he's got these reasons for fighting. And you really want him to win by the end, instead of the main character. And then the main character beats him, and then we continue on like that. It's so cool.
Yes. I really wish I did the bit. I could pause it to do the bit, but I don't know how long the bit would take. Can I pause it to do the bit?
Okay.
I will be back in 1 minute. No bit.
Okay.
No bit.
All right.
But the bit was going to be, I say no bit, but the bit was going to be, talked about this a lot when we recorded the Yu Yu Hakusho Dark Tournament episode, which I do not believe is out yet, but it's there.
Yeah.
Of the Tower and the Net, which is Stakes increase. As stakes increase, character is climbing up the tower. The higher they go, the bigger the stakes. Ooh, what happens if they fall? Oh no, they slip a bit. But who's there to catch them? The net. And what is the net? It is the people in the group and the story to help them. The side characters. They climb up the tower more after recovering. Ooh, the stakes get even higher. The net shrinks, grows, changes. Now there's no net. What happens if they fall? Ooh. Oh, they fall, but guess what? The net is now bigger because the person they beat the last entry in the tournament is there to help them. Very standard stuff that takes place a lot in these tournament arcs. And that's basically the show. It's just like, this person's a rival. This person goes from rival to ally. This person goes from ally to rival. Stakes increase, so on and such forth. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
Yes. Because I talked about it a lot, I think, in the Dark Tournament. But that's basically what the show is. So, starting off, I do want to give a bit more of a detailed, like, what happens. And talking to Brand, the notes I have are broken down into early, mid, and late characters as different arcs go about in different parts of the show. So, very beginning of the show, we meet Sei, who is the blue-haired fighter. He is works at the hobby shop with his mom. Shout out to Sei's mom.
Sei's mom's got it going on.
Sei's mom has got it going on, indeed. His dad is not there, so he's helping run the shop.
I'd build that model.
Also, side note, there at one point we were watching, and you're like, "Oh." So what happens later on, apparently, is that Sei's dad turns Sei's mom into a gunpla, and I knew what you meant, but that is very funny. Like, could I look up Sei's mom? Sei's mom, gunpla. It's just a bunch of pictures of Sei's mom. That's okay.
I figured that's what you got.
I'll look at that later. Anyway, he's
bookmarked.
Yeah, bookmarked. Anyway, he's running the hobby shop with his mom because his dad is gone, apparently teaching the ways of Gunpla to people around the world.
Yes, he's part of Gunpla Interpol.
Yes, so
part of the Gunpla police.
We gave a brief rundown of the universe, and that there was like, it's sort of like Yu-Gi-Oh, where it's like there's this big thing that's taken over the world. Instead of Yu-Gi-Oh cards and fighting, it's Gunpla fighting. It is the thing of this world. There is a inordinate amount of world dedicated to just Gunpla fighting, if that makes sense. Like, there are international Gunpla police.
There's an international Gunpla mafia.
There is an international Gunpla mafia, and that sounds ridiculous, and it is, but it gets even more ridiculous as we go on, which is very fun.
It gets more ridiculous as we get on to episode 2, where we find out that this is indeed an isekai anime.
Yes, because
Reiji is from another world.
Yes, Sei, he's very good at building Gunpla, but he is not good at fighting. And he meets another young boy named Reiji, and they hit it off. Although Reiji's kind of odd, he's like that typical bumbling shonen character. Where he doesn't really know much about what's going on in the world. He doesn't know what Gunpla is, which is crazy in this world. Because how could you not know what a Gundam is? Says Gundam. How could you not know this? And we find out that Reiji he's from another world. He is isekai'd to the Gundam world. And we're just gonna go with that. That's episode 2, by the way. So we're just gonna.
Anyways, don't worry about it. We need to build a Gunpla for the tournament.
Anyway, don't worry about it because we got Rambaval there. Yes, Rambaval. It's not the same Rambaval, but it is.
It's Raw.
Yeah. Yes. It's not Rambaval, but it is Rambaval. Like it's just him being a goofy little guy as like the sidekick character that kind of helps explain things. We also have
And it's also kind of also the teacher guy that everyone respects.
yes, he is the old veteran of sorts.
At 35 years old.
At 35 years, ugh. Man, not to dox myself, but the day I became older than Masato was something. The day I become older than Ramba is gonna be rough.
Yeah, that's not gonna be great. That's gonna be rough, probably.
It's gonna come for you too.
But that's still a ways off.
Yeah,
I still have that hopeful shonen protagonist energy in me.
you're almost as old as Masato.
I think I'm older than Masato. I'm pretty sure Masato's like 28 years old.
Damn. Anyway, moving on. Moving on from this bummer. Age, am I right? We also have China, who is a China. Sorry, Gina. She is a school friend of Sei's. She also doesn't really know much about Gundam, but she likes Sei, and so she kind of gets into it a bit, mostly just for his sake, and she learns to love Gunpla. She is the Cipher character, which is the character that doesn't know what's going on, so that things can be explained to her. Same with Reiji. Reiji's whole thing is he loves to fight and test himself, but he doesn't know anything about Gunpla, but he thinks this is pretty cool. And
what's funny is for him, for his way of learning, is Rawls like, all right, I know some people. I'm gonna take you to the bar. You can Gunpla battle with the boys. And then he he just trounces everyone, and then we get our fabulous boy Fenici.
dude, what's
Felici?
I have him in here
I
somewhere.
can't remember what his name is.
I got him in here somewhere. Once I get my notes get there, oh boy, you bet. But for that, briefly, Reiji shows up at Sei's school because they've been doing Gundam fights, and Reiji's very excited, and it's like, hey, I want to Sei, hang out with me. But he's at school, and he gets confronted by members of the like school council being like, hey, why are you here? And it's like, of course it breaks down into a Gunpla fight at school. And that's where we meet Tatsuya Yuki, who is the head of the Plastic Model Club, and he has been nicknamed the Crimson Comet. And in his fight with Reiji, he uses a red Zaku. And I believe
the amazing Zaku.
Zaku amazing.
Zaku amazing, my bad.
And I believe he beats Reiji, or at least is like
yes,
because Reiji's like you
before he fights Reiji, he fights his Yuki's like second in command on the disciplinary committee, who's voiced by Irigama Gori.
Yes,
and he uses the silver sumo, which is really cool.
Shoot, I had a picture of him. Whatever. Here's a picture of Yuki. You could tell by his sunglasses, he is the Shao clone of this show. But yes, so he becomes rivals basically with Yuki, and that's kind of what helps steer the direction of like he wants to compete in the big tournament, the big Gunpla Worlds tournament. And Sei super excited, and so him and Reiji kind of form a team where Reiji pilots the mech, the pilots the Gunpla because they use this big battle system of like a tabletop 40K board that comes to life with your Gunplas fight each other.
Yes, with Plavsky particles.
Right. We should bring up the point that these Gunplas are animated in this like puppets on this board using Plavsky particles, which brings the plastic to life.
Which that you might be asking, how does that work? And which we'll say, we'll come back to that.
We'll come back to that because there's a whole character. His whole thing is trying to figure out how that works. But so yes, Ramba takes Reiji to fight at his bar of a bunch of Xeon cosplayers, which is fun. And that is where we meet another member of the World's Tournament, Riccardo Fellini.
Riccardo Fellini.
Riccardo Fellini.
From Italy. Italy.
Italia. And
Man,
basically,
I wish Italy was a real place.
yes. And then basically we kind of go into Worlds, the World Tournament. There is some like local like qualifiers where you get to see some fun like characters in cosplay, and there's a lot of like fun goobers that you encounter throughout the show.
Yeah, like the first character that Sei loses to is just the annoying kid that everyone knows growing up. That's like, the Gian is so cool. Look at the Gian is perfect.
Yes.
Don't you just love the Gian?
Suzumu Sasaki, who loves
Sasaki.
he loves his Gian, and he may be more important than you may think in other shows that come up, but that's for a different show. But anyway, they enter Worlds, and Worlds has a bunch of different fighters in it. Won't go over everyone because there's like dozens of side characters, but big ones are Tatsuya Yuki, which is the Shao clone. He has actually he's the inheritor of the title of like the head of the Gunpla Academy, like clone. I don't know how you would put it. They call him the Meijin.
Yeah, it's like you inherit the family business kind of way is how I took it, but it's like it was determined by like skill, I think.
Yes, he's basically like the magna cum laude. I guess that would be like the best like of the class. But again, fighting with his plastic toys.
It's like going into like an honor academy, but like you're the only one that goes into it.
Yes. And along the way, I think even before we fight in the World's Tournament, we should make sure that we mention Mao Yasaka.
Before we mention them, we need to mention Miss Gunpla idol fake GM fan Kirara.
Right, of course, because during going back, I apologize again. A lot happens in these 25 episodes. There's a lot of characters that show up in the regionals, like the regional qualifiers. One of the big, like the main rival of the regionals, the big thing gatekeeping them out of the worlds at that moment, is Kirara, which my brain just constantly wants to say Kiara.
Kiara.
Yeah, Kirara, who is an idol, as in like a Japanese idol, and her whole shtick is she's trying to get in on the Gundam like fan base. She does not care about Gunpla. All right, she just wants to be popular.
I'm using this to advance my notoriety, so people will watch me for not Gunpla.
Yes, and I had some of my super fans build my Gunpla for me for this fight.
Look, it's so cool.
Yes. She fights.
I gave him a picture afterwards.
Yeah, it's very funny and like very like meta. She fights them at regionals. She loses, but in the process of losing, she kind of finds a love for Gunpla, like an actual like love for Gunpla. This show is so funny.
You'll find that happens a lot.
Yeah, this show is so funny because
that happens a lot.
Go for it. It sucks itself off so much. I love it. Where it's just like,
it does.
They learned to love the Gunpla by now. But anyway.
Yes, this awoken my dormant spirit. Now I need to go out and buy more Gunpla because I remember Gunpla. I remember growing up and watching Gundam Wing.
Yes, you remember. You should buy. China, Sei's friend.
Gina.
She also has a growing love for Gunpla, and she makes her first Gunpla, which is the bear guy. I don't know if I have a picture of the bear guy. Bear guy. Is there a picture of the bear guy on the cover here? No. Oh, there it is.
The picture that you sent me of all the characters has it on there. But also when they do this little side thing with China and Iori, they really emphasize the when you use materials to craft your gunpla, it makes it stronger in the game.
Yes.
So, uh, like the other person that China fought, she had like a custom bow on it, and that allowed her to like deflect some beams, and then it all ends up with China winning because she stuffed the bear full of cotton, and then it got caught in the other gunpla's joints, and it paralyzed it.
Yes. Very silly. But they go to Worlds. Oh, before they go to Worlds, they meet Mao Yasuka.
Mao.
We love Mao. They are where Yuki is the rival to Reiji for fighting. Mao is the rival to Sei for building Gunpla. Mao is in
Yeah.
fact part of like a temple and has a Gunpla building master. And we're introduced to this character Mao when they hitchhike to Tokyo, and they pay the person driving the truck in I think a master grade that they built on the drive there.
Yes. We're 30 minutes outside of Tokyo. Ah, perfect. Just enough time for this build to warm me up. Pulls out master grade.
Yes. And the first fight, in quotes, fight between Mao and Sei does not take place on the battlefield. It is a battle of the imagination of them sitting next to each other and just imagining how the fight goes, which is very funny. And also, Mao uses the Gundam X. X.
Yes. This series has a lot of love for Gundam X.
We love to see it.
One of the qualifying team members that they beat, just like in the
Regionals.
the montage of just beating side characters. There was like I think it was a character that was dressed as Jamil that they beat up.
Yeah, I believe so. I couldn't remember if the Jamil guy was in this one or Try, but I believe he was in this.
It might be in Try. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it was in Try.
It does not help that Try. While we also like that show, and it will be its own video. Some stuff does kind of blend together a bit, but
Yeah, it does. Also, there was a part where she's like outside. He's outside doing something, and he's just like humming the Turn X, the Afterward X theme song.
that's yeah. All right, we go to not nationals, worlds, where we got Fellini's back. He's a competitor. We got some other characters. We got Niels Nielsen. He is a prodigy from America, and I just love his name is Niels Nielsen. It's like we need an American name, Niels Nielsen. His big whole thing is that he does not really care too much about Gunpla. Shocker. He is an excellent like mixed martial artist. Again, a prodigy, so he's like got like a PhD at like 12, and he wants to know what the hell is up with Blavatsky particles because that don't make no sense. How is this groundbreaking material and particle science being used for Gundam fights? Don't make no sense.
What's up with that?
We got Ayla Giocchianen from Finland, I believe. We're going to call her Ayla. She is part of a group that have sponsoring her fight called the Nemesis Group. She wears a crazy Gundam like suit,
Plug suit.
basically a plug suit. I could look it up, but just imagine a plug suit with a weird helmet. And we find out Sei's dad is in fact a member of the Gunpla police. We got a brief side bit during Worlds, or at least like leading up to Worlds, because we didn't know Niels Nielsen at the time. But leading up to Worlds, we got Caroline Yajima, who was an arch rival of China when it comes to like painting, like on canvases. And she was like, "Oh, China's always like better than me and places higher than me." And she's like, okay, what have you submitted for the thing? She's like, my bear guy. She's like, what is this? Gunpla? Ooh, I'm gonna fight you in Gunpla and I'm gonna beat you because you're my rival. And even though I don't care about Gunpla, I'm gonna beat you. But I'm rich and
I'm a hater.
yeah, born hater, born to hate. And she teams up with Niels Nielsen, again before Worlds, and uses some of his assistants in Gunpla to try and beat China. And she also is like, Niels, we're gonna get married, and he's like, what? She's just kind of a side
Ma'am,
character.
I am literally 14 years old.
But she's also 14. I got the collage. She's there. There she is.
True.
We got Kirara's back. She is like the announcer of sorts for Worlds. Her and Fellini have like a little thing going on, which is cute. Love to see it. And Mao is in the Worlds tournament. And the CEO of Gundam is also there. And interestingly enough, as he is watching Worlds, he goes, wait a minute. That's Reiji. How does he know Reiji? Reiji's from another world, in case you forgot. How does the CEO of Gundam know about Reiji?
Huh, that's weird. Anyways,
Worlds. We get the classic tournament arcs, characters fighting, a lot of fun stuff taking place. We find that Ayla and Reiji kind of hit it off because she's wearing a weird suit with a helmet on. Reiji doesn't know she's like in the tournament. So him and her kind of have like a little romance going on in the background, and it's fun. And we come to find out that Ayla can see Blavatsky particles. That's like her big ability.
yes, she's able to see the Blavatsky particles and know where they're going to go. So she's able to like read your movements before you make it.
Yes. And
this universe's bullshit way of saying she's a new type.
Pretty much. And she's got like the berserk system or whatever, berserker system from G Gundam. Because the Nemesis group's like weird plug suit serves a purpose. It can be used to boost her powers of seeing Blavatsky particles, but it drives her kind of like into a killing machine for plastic models.
Yes, also, she was homeless before this, and this is how she pays the bills.
Yes. So she's got nowhere else to go, so that's why she puts up with it. Because she doesn't like going berserk mode, but she's pushed to berserk mode quite a lot. Eventually, it ends with a fight between... Was it Ayla? Was she in the semifinals or the finals? No, semifinals. Because while going berserk mode against Reiji and Sei, she like pulls it off and goes, screw all this, I'm not doing this, if I remember right. Because she points up at the CEO of Nemesis group, who is there with his nephew, who is like, oh, his nephew's like 7 years old, and his nephew's like,
she's entered this contest for that group because the kid wants the trophy.
Yes, the kid wants the trophy, and she points to the kid and goes, why don't you earn the trophy yourself? And storms off, throwing the berserk mode away and basically conceding the match. Long story short, again, this is like towards the end of the 24 episodes where a lot has happened. There's been Gundam Mafia, Gunpla arrests, all kinds of crazy shenanigans leading up to it.
It's really just like a collection of hype moments and aura.
But also a good story, because I really like the story of like we'll get into it, but this is just the recap of events. Yeah. And then we end with Tatsuya Yuki teaming up with the Nemesis group, and they give him evil sunglasses.
Against his will, by the way.
Right, because there's the side...
They force the sunglasses on him.
Yes, they force the evil sunglasses on him as part of the end fight. And during the end fight, Does it ever conclude the actual match? Like, does Sei and Reiji win, or does it go to shit before then? I don't remember. Doesn't really matter. Anyway, we come to find out, why does the CEO of Gundam recognize Reiji? Well, the CEO of Gundam is from another world.
What?
The CEO of Gundam is from the same world Reiji is from, and used a magical crystal he stole from Reiji to create the Blavatsky particles in this world, and has been using it to animate Gundams. Yes.
And make money.
And make money. And this goes out of control in the final bit of the tournament because of causing the game board basically to expand into the entire stadium, and is running out of control.
Before all this kicks off, we have, right before the finale, we have the carnival episode where they just like, all right, you guys have been having fan service at like about like 60, maybe 70% per episode, and then they just take that dial and they crank it to like 120, 130%, where you'll have characters in the background where they'll just be like, oh, hey, it's Domon and his family just chilling out, playing with Gunpla. Oh, it's Uso and his parents building like Victory Gundam over there. And
Yes.
it's just a bunch of that, and it's so cute and it's so great. I love it so much.
It's really good.
Oh, and one of the characters is it like opens up with a Gunpla battle, and the one character beats them, and then shows the person, and it's the kid from War in the Pocket, and he turns and he goes like, "I did it!" And the two people standing behind him are the Zaku pilots and the Federation pilot from that show, and it's so
You get a lot. It's just a excellent. It's just fan service episode. It's fantastic. I love it so much. But yeah, I'm gonna get that into in general talking points as well, because the big appeal is fan service. But anyway, shit goes out of control. Yeah. It's all the football has taken over the football arena. It is now the football zone. The only way to stop
it is now Aoboakula.
Yes, the only way to stop it is to get tiny Gunplas into the core of the machine to shut it down. Can't do it manually with your real bodies. You have to use your tiny plastic figures, and that's when we get all the warriors. Everyone from the tournament shows up in some form or fashion. We got Kivara in there. We got China in there. We got Mao's master. And guess what? Mao's master, does he use the Master Gundam? Of course he uses the Master Gundam. Does he know Rambaval? Of course he knows Rambaval. Is Rambaval there too? Absolutely. And Ramba's Gauf and the Master Gundam team up and blow up a bunch of AI-controlled jobbers, and it's awesome.
And then Fellini's like, "Oh my god, this is the coolest shit ever."
Yes. Sei's dad is there. Everyone is there. Everyone who competed is there. Isla's there. Yuki's there. And they defeat the system. It goes away, causes Reiji and the CEO to go back to their plane of existence, and Reiji takes Ayla with him, and the CEO takes his like secretary lady. She's a character too. She's great. Takes her too, and they all go back. But then the Blavatsky particles are over because the crystal's gone. And then we get at the end, finds out that Niels Nielsen, and along with his fiance's money, Caroline.
Yeah, Caroline.
Caroline. They reinvent Blavatsky particles for Build Fighters Try. And then we get to the OVA, which we might as well just talk about the OVA.
Yes. So they make the new Blavatsky particle system, and so they set up a new tournament area, and all of the fighters come back. You got Sayori, you got China, you got
Niels Nielsen.
You got Niels Nielsen. I believe Kirara is there,
Fellini's
and Yuki and Fellini. They're all there to see it early. And then everything changed when the GM's attacked because the Gundam Mafia is here.
And the Gundam Mafia wants that early streaming money. They're gonna fight the top dogs because they want everyone to know that they're the real ones in charge. So they set up, so it's basically a 5v5 tower system of fighting up to the top to fight the head of the mafia, and each person stays behind on a floor to fight a different goober with a different tactic until we can get the main characters to the top. It's so silly. But I also appreciate it because it's still creative. And I'll get into this when we talk about the positives, because just creativity of the fights, I think, really shines in the show. It's like the first one, Nielsen fights some goober, and the goober's got a GM, and Nielsen's custom ashtray, it just takes that GM out. Not a problem. Instantly. But he's a mafia member. Mafia members don't have to play by the rules. There's a second GM, there's a third GM, there's a 25th GM, there's a 54th GM, and they're all different. It's every version of the GM possible.
You got your space GM, we got your low orbit GM, we got your high orbit GM, we got your underwater GM, we got your desert GM, you got your urban GM, you got your Arctic GM, you got your commander GM.
Riccardo Fellini fights. Was it the guy that kept being his pseudo rival throughout the show? I really don't remember.
Yeah, it was that guy.
I was like, I don't remember who this guy was, but they're like, it's you. The guy who lost in Worlds to Riccardo Fellini multiple times as a joke, and now he's back in the Mafia.
Guy who literally lost to a child is now in the Mafia.
Real. His fight was the least interesting. It was like, it's invulnerable because it's coated with a special thing, except for this one spot.
Yeah, Fellini is kind of the Worf, if that makes sense.
Yes, he's the Worf effect of, oh man, isn't Riccardo Fellini great? Oh, he's been taken out by someone stronger.
Yeah.
But yeah, Riccardo Fellini's fight was okay. Mao's fight is... it's okay. The joke is, guys, anyone watching anime, I'm sure you've heard the anime joke of titties, am I right? That's it.
Titties.
Laugh now. He goes up against the lady of the Mafia. She takes her...
Oh, you remember Uso's bikini warrior trick that was played on him in Victory Gundam?
I do. Does the audience?
Imagine that, but it actually worked.
Yes, she takes her trench coat off, and she's in a bikini, the same bikini that once we talk about Victory Gundam we'll get into. But there was a small bit in Victory Gundam where they try to use scantily clad ladies in jetpacks to confuse the young boy piloting the mech. In this, it works. He's enraptured by the titties, and instead of Uso's case, where Uso atomized that poor woman. But yeah, I mean, his fight was just it's the titty joke. She's got the titties, and the flopping all over the place like anime titties do. And he needs to fight her, but he can't because she's got the titties out. It's the joke.
Yeah. But then eventually he's like, "Oh, I have a girl at home. I need to fight for her," and then he wins.
Yes.
And then you have Yuki, where he shows up in the underwater base of Jaburo, and they're like, we both have underwater units. Why don't we both hop in the water to duke it out honorably? And then Yuki just guns him down because, I know there's paint thinner over there, and that would dissolve our plastic.
Which is very funny. It's as a bit. And then we get to the big bad, and the big bad's mobile suit is a GM. Sort of.
Not just any GM.
A psycho GM. A gigantic GM, based on the Psycho Gundam being this gigantic Titanic thing that they need to fight. And it seems impossible, but then all the warriors show up from the various fights, and they do it. That's kind of it. And then...
Yeah. they fight and they're kind of starting to get the upper hand because you get all the fighters in there with their special attacks. But then the Gundam Mafia cheats, and then they change the density of the Blavatsky particles, and all the fighters are pinned to the floor. If only they had some way to control the Blavatsky particles.
If only they had some sort of source of Blavatsky particles. And then, guess who comes back? Reiji. He is summoned from the other realm to help Sei fight the Mafia, the Gunpla Mafia.
And because his gem is part of what the Blavatsky system was built on, he is able to reverse the density of the Blavatsky particles, and he takes over for piloting the Burning Strike Gundam. The build burning, I think it was the build burning Gundam.
I think so.
Yeah, takes control of it and uses it to defeat the big bad. But anyway, who cares about the GM? Who cares about the GMs and the Gundam Mafia? Sei and Reiji are gonna fight. They're gonna fight finally.
They do that. But first the Mafia then gets arrested by Sei's dad and the rest of the Gunpla police. But then Reiji and Sei finally fight it out. And it's cinema. And it's kind
cinema.
of it.
You got the OVA, you got the opening playing as they're doing their final fight. It's peak.
Oh, right. An important part of why they actually both have Gunpla too. Sei built a special Gunpla for this event. He also built one for Reiji, in case Reiji ever came back. His Gunpla gets stolen, but they use the other one, and then his Gunpla gets stolen by the Mafia, who try to use it against them, and they get it back. So they got two Gunplas. That's it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
And they fight, and that was really cool. And then Sei takes and hides that Gunpla in the trophy at the school's Gunpla club, and maybe that will be something one day. Maybe tune in for Fighters Try when we talk about that. But yeah, I mean, that's just general synopsis. Basic tournament arc, but with a bunch of crazy shit in between and a lot of fan service.
Oh yeah, a lot of heart went into the show.
You just got 40 minutes of recapping the story. Again, 25 episodes, but it's so dense. But in like a good way.
It's very dense.
So like I said before, I love this show. It's so an important caveat though. If you're watching this and you've only seen like one Gundam series before this, like I don't know, you only watch Iron-Blooded Orphans, watch more Gundams and then come back to this, because a large portion of the enjoyment is just like, hey, it's that thing. And if you don't know the thing, you're not gonna clap when you see the thing, right?
Yeah, if I would say like there are any like must watches before this one, I would say you would need to at least watch like After War X.
After War X.
I love After War X. You gotta watch After War X.
8th MS Team maybe, but like having gone through, we watched G Gundam, After War X, Victory Gundam before
Victory
this.
Gundam.
Gundam Origin.
Turn A Gundam.
Turn A. Thunderbolt. We watched a lot. We watched a lot of Gundams. Yeah. So a lot of the references, like, oh, it's that thing. Like, oh, that's so fun. It's Domon and what's her face, and their kid, you know, or oh,
Rain.
It's Uso. Rain, thank you. And it's Uso, and oh, he's in the Master Gundam from G Gundam. Oh, that's cool. And Vombaval's got his blue gal from the original series. Oh, I love Vomba from Gundam Origin. Oh, that's great. Like that makes it hit. But like if you didn't have any of that, it would just be. That's not to say that the story's bad either. Actually, the story is pretty good. There was a couple moments that I'm like, damn, this is emotionally hitting. Like when Fellini has a flashback.
Yeah, like I was gonna say Fellini, that flashback. Oh man,
he has a flashback mid-fight with Reiji and Sei, being like, my Wing Zero. Was it Wing Zero? I don't know. It was one of the wings. We haven't watched Wing, but like I know enough about Wing. Being like, oh, he had it as a kid, and you see him like growing up with this Gunpla, and the Gunpla changing with him until it's got like the state that it's in now, and it's like, oh, that's like weirdly sweet. Or like at the end when Sei and Reiji beat the crystal, the evil crystal, and they go for that high five, but Reiji disappears before the high five connects. It's like, oh, that's sad.
Yeah. And all the gun, I really appreciate the mech design of this. All it is just gunpla bashing. And it's just cool. It's really fun. It's really, really cool.
Yeah, you get some interesting.
One of my favorite little things of it is Mao. He has the satellite cannon from After War X, but in order to use that, you need to be on a stage that has the moon out. Oh, but in one episode, he's able to fire it without the moon being out. How did they do that? Oh, well, they took the solar panels from Gundam 00 and they put it on the satellite cannon, so now they're able to use both the solar power and lunar power to fire the satellite cannon.
That's cool, yeah.
And it's so silly.
There's also like really creative moments. As far as like trying to figure out the rules of how this game would actually work, don't worry about it. You know, it'll be like here's
what it seems to be like the more customization you put in behind it, the stronger it gets. Like I'm gonna borrow a reference from Build Fighters Try for a second, but the Master Grade or the Crossbones full cloth. The high grade version does not have the core fighter as part of its integration, like part of the model kit.
Yeah.
But the master grade does. But this guy was so talented, he was able to put that into the high grade, which made his gunpla that much stronger.
Yeah, stuff like that. But also like there was like the battle royale bit where it's like it's a free for all, you know, early on, and that's like one guy just has like the giant like Xeon transport plane that he's using for his entry. You know, stuff like that. And a lot of the fights are actually pretty creative. Considering there's so many fights, there's like every once in a while there's like a wild card thrown in where it's like, oh, this changes things significantly. The one that's my favorite. The one that's my favorite is Yuki and his Camphor Amazing, because he enters the tournament with a red Camphor instead of this Zaku. But him fighting some other guys, I don't remember the whole thing,
Jobbers.
but the Jobbers. Their big wild card was 1/44th scaled Xeon soldiers, little plastic soldiers that were in like a little transport that they used to like apply mines to the joints of the mobile suits that they fight against. That's so funny.
It's such a cool little touch.
It is, and they're just like little plastic guys, like little plastic army men, sneaking about putting explosives in the joints of the gunplas that they're fighting. It's so funny. It's so great.
And then you have like your standard like, oh, I put clear coat on this and now it's immune to beam weapons. It's so cool.
Yeah.
It's very forward on like gunpla is freedom.
Yes, gunpla is freedom. And there's a lot of like yes, this is the one. Yes, there's this in the series, and part of it, Reiji builds his first gunpla because he's the fighter, not the builder, right? He builds it with Isla, and he's going through the process of building it, and you have that fun little scene of him trying to put the sticker on the visor or the face.
Oh yeah.
And it's
Base. Like same.
A lot of it is like, okay, the people who are making this actually do give a shit. Like they are fans of Gundam. Even if it is like sucking itself off a bit, it is like they are fans of it, which is fun. And you get like fun stuff in the background. You get fun characters and fun things where it's like, oh, this character uses this, and you're like, oh, that is actually appropriate. You know, like Mao's master using the Master Gundam, stuff like that.
Yeah. Also, all the battles feel like real Gundam battles. Like it feels like there's a bunch of like it feels heavy, it feels weighty. It feels like you're watching two mechas battling out and someone's going to die. But it's just a sports tournament.
Yeah, it does get incredibly dramatic of being like, oh, I'm my gunpla, and it's like, hey, it's the Yu-Gi-Oh thing of like, oh, no, my life points, I'm dying, and it's like it's a card game, you know.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be everyone's cup of tea. Like I said, it does. I would say it requires learning more about Gundam before going into it because it's just you won't appreciate it as much. And that said, you might not even necessarily like it because, again, if you are a big fan of Gundam, it does not follow the Gundam like story formula. There's not a lot, like there's drama for sure, like character drama that I think is pretty good, but it's not like Gundam character drama.
It's relatively low stakes.
In the grand scheme of things, it's very low stakes. It is a world's tournament for plastic soldiers. They're basically playing 40. It's basically a 40K tournament, you know.
Yeah.
But I just loved it. It was so fun. It was such a fun watch. This is the, you know, when people are like, oh, just turn your brain off and have fun. Normally I'm like, what a bunch of stupid idiots. But for this, I'm like, no, yeah, like literally turn your brain off and just have fun. It's literally just I clapped when I saw it. Yay. I clapped when I saw the red Zaku. Ah, yeah. But I mean, overall, it's just solid. Like 25 episodes, a lot goes on. It's great.
How would you rank it in your list of your favorite Gundams?
It might be within top
in your list
5.
of favorites. How would you rate it? Even your top 5?
It might be within my top 5. Yeah, I think so.
Damn.
I just liked it a lot. It's when you build stuff, like when you build models and stuff, like very clearly, it's like people who made this show do build Gunpla. You know, like it's made by people who care. And when it's made by people who care, making the show, sucking itself off, being like, oh man, Gunpla's amazing, you do feel like, oh, you know what? I think they do think Gunpla's amazing. Because they are presenting good points. How would you rank it?
I would say that it's like, if I gave it a score, I would give it like an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I would say so. I think that'd be correct.
Yeah. If you've seen, I would say you would need to see like 4 or 5 Gundams at least, to like truly like get appreciation out of it. But if you're like, I just want something with robots that beat each other up and like low stakes, some good comedy, I say this one's a good watch.
Yeah, you could definitely watch it if you just wanted to see beeps and boops fighting each other. That's for sure. You know, I'd give it a 9 just for Say's mom. Just 1 extra point. And she gets turned into a Gunpla or whatever.
Yeah.
Say's dad. Oh, when Say's dad won the tournament, he won it in an RX-78. That's. But I mean, I can't think of anything else to say. I enjoyed it.
It's just so good. It's just good. It's really, really good, and it's got a lot of heart to it, and it's just very genuine.
Yeah, if you want to enjoy it to its most, watch 4 or 5 Gundam series before this, and also build a Gunpla kit, and also maybe like paint that Gunpla kit, and then watch it, and you'll get it.
Yeah, watching the show has definitely made me want to build Gunpla kits. It has succeeded in its goal.
Yeah, it worked. You got me. All right, well, I can't think of anything else. Can you?
No, it's just a good show.
It's just a good show. Yeah, it's just good.
It's a good show, and it's like it's got good messages behind it. Of like, you should really, if you just buy your own Gunpla, if you buy someone's custom Gunpla, it's not the same as like building your own.
Every Gunpla has a bit of its creator in it, whether or not it is fully customized or accurate to the show. And actually, that reminds me, there was when talking about the fact that it's like low stakes, there was a bit where Rambaval was talking to Reishi, being like, "Hey man, unlike actually being a Gundam, like your life isn't on the line with this shit. So like, just have fun."
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, fair enough, Rambaval. All right, well, if that's the only thing, you could watch our other Gundams, Yappins. We definitely got some up, and we got more coming. Pregnant pause.
Gunpla is freedom.
Freedom is Gunpla.